Meghan Markle, fresh-faced actress, turns 44 this year. But tonight, her own father rips the mask off. Thomas Markle just went nuclear, and the documents he's waving don't lie. If these records are legit, Meghan isn't 44. She's 48. 4 extra years hidden in plain sight. And that's just the appetizer. Buckle up, this is the timeline the palace prayed you'd never see. Imagine rewriting your own history. Erasing years like bad audition tapes. That's exactly what Thomas Markle claims his daughter did. And he's not whispering rumors, he's holding the receipts. Birth records. School documents. Even her first marriage certificate. Dates that don't match. Stories that collapse under scrutiny. Let's start with the smoking gun. Thomas Markle says Meghan was born August 4, 1977, not 1981. That's 4 years earlier. For years she allegedly shaved off before Hollywood even knew her name. Here's the original birth announcement from the Van Nuys Hospital Registry, filed in 1977. Look at the date. Now compare it to the official long-form certificate released in 2018. Same hospital. Same parents. But suddenly the year jumps forward like someone hit fast forward on her life. Why does this matter? Because every resume, every casting call, every Suits contract was built on the 1981 lie. If she was 48 on her wedding day, she walked down the aisle as a decade older bride than Harry. Or the world was told. That's not a rounding error. That's fraud. Northwestern University. Meghan claims she graduated in 2003. Simple math. Born 1981 plus 22 years equals class of 2003. Perfect. Except, here's the 1995 Immaculate Heart High School yearbook. Page 47. Meghan Markle, senior. Do the math again. If she's a senior in 1995, she was born in 1977, not 1981. That's not a typo. That's a pattern. And get this, former classmates remember her as the older girl who drove herself to prom. One told The Sun, she was already talking about turning 18 when the rest of us were 16. But sure, Meghan, tell us again how you were the wide-eyed ingenue breaking into Hollywood at 22. More like 26. And lying about it. Jamaica, 2011. Meghan marries Trevor Engle's son. The certificate lists her age as 30. If she was born in 1981, she'd have been 29 turning 30 that August. Close enough, right, wrong. Look closer. The clerk's handwriting is messy, but the application form, signed by Meghan, says date of birth, the 4th of August, 1977. She corrected it to 1981 in pen. You can see the cross out. That's not a clerical error. That's perjury. And here's the kicker. Under California law, falsifying age on a marriage license can void the union. Trevor's team allegedly kept quiet for NDAs. But Thomas? He's done protecting her. He says she threatened to cut him off if he ever spoke about the real certificate. Guess what, Meghan? The cat's out of the bag. Now let's talk about the years she can't erase. Thomas claims Meghan was running in Epstein-adjacent circles as early as 1999. Born 1977? She's 22. Legal. But born 1981? She'd have been 17. Flight logs don't lie. A certain M. Markle appears on a 2001 manifest to Palm Beach. Same weekend as Prince Andrew. Coincidence? Maybe. But Thomas says she bragged about knowing Andy at family dinners, years before Harry was even a blip. If she was 24 in 2001, not 20, that changes everything. The innocent teen narrative? Shredded. The I was just a yacht girl excuse? Laughable. She was a grown woman playing the game, and lying about her age to stay in it. Thomas drops another nuke. Meghan had a full hysterectomy at age 28. That's 2005. Why? Endometriosis, he claims. Documented in Cedars-Sinai records, he allegedly has copies of. If true, she couldn't carry children naturally by the time she met Harry. Enter the moon bump. Those squat videos? The folding belly at the NYC baby shower? The due date that kept moving. Harry's memoir whines about fertility struggles. But if Meghan knew she was infertile in 2016, why the surrogacy secrecy? Why fake the pregnancies? Because the royal brand needed a miracle baby story. And Meghan needed to sell the ultimate lie. Look, I gave Harry an heir, the old-fashioned way. Spoiler, she didn't. And the prosthetic receipts are piling up. May 19, 2018. The wedding seen by billions. But look at box 6, age. Meghan wrote 36. Born 1981? She'd have been 36 turning 37. Again, close, but if she was born 1977, she was 40 turning 41. That's not a mistake. That's deception by declaration. English law is crystal clear. Any material faucet on a marriage register renders the union voidable. Harry could annul tomorrow if he wanted. But he won't. Because he'd have to admit he married a liar who played him and the crown like a fiddle. UK law is crystal clear. Under the Perjury Act 1911 and the Fraud Act 2006, knowingly falsifying details on a marriage certificate is a criminal offence, punishable by up to 7 years. Look at the official Sussex wedding certificate, Meghan Rachel Markle, born 1981. If Thomas is right and it should say 1977, that's not a typo, it's perjury. The marriage could be declared null and void faster than Harry's hairline receded. And don't give me clerical error. The palace has teams of lawyers who quadruple check the color of the napkins. You're telling me they missed a 4-year age gap? Please. Now, let's get spicy. Insiders swear a pre-royal Meghan partied with Prince Andrew in the early 2000s. If she was 48 today, that puts her at 28 to 30 during Andrew's, let's call it his Pizza Expresses phase. Suddenly, the palace's panic to keep her away from certain royals makes sense. Harry's own brother warned him. The Queen allegedly begged him to slow down. Even Andrew, supposedly texted, "Mate, Google her." But no. Harry saw a woke actress and ignored the red flags waving like Union Jacks at a jubilee. Finally, the cherry on this deception Sunday, the infamous moon bump. Watch this footage from the 2019 Australia tour. That's not a baby kicking, that's memory foam deflating. Surrogacy? Fine. Legal in California. But lying about it while accepting world's best mom mugs? That's next-level grift. And Harry went along with it. The man who cried over Diana's memory, faked pregnancies for Netflix deals. Respect? Evaporated. Sources close to Thomas say Meghan ran in elite circles long before Harry. Translation? She was climbing, and not just red carpets. One name keeps surfacing, Prince Andrew. Same age bracket. Same Hollywood-adjacent events. Coincidence? Or was Meghan already in the royal orbit, decades earlier than we knew? If she's 48, she was 31 when Andrew's scandal started bubbling. Plenty old enough to know better. Let's talk physics. A 41-year-old first-time mom, official story, squatting in 6-inch heels? Sure, January. But a 44-year-old post-hysterectomy mom? Impossible. Thomas says the kids were surrogates, and the moon bump was silicone. Watch this clip. Her bump drops 3 inches mid-walk. That's not a baby kicking, that's Velcro failing. Harry, mate. Your grandmother warned you. William begged you. Even Andrew, Mr. Pizza Express, probably texted, "Bro, run." But no. You doubled down. Defended the indefensible. Lost your titles, your home, your mind. Let's recap the body count of this deception. 4 stolen years on every contract, every red carpet, every royal bio. 2 fake pregnancies sold to a gullible public. 1 voidable marriage built on a birth date that doesn't exist. 0 accountability from a woman who ghosted her dying father for daring to tell the truth. Thomas Markle didn't just solve an age mystery. He exposed a con. Meghan didn't find herself in the royal family, she reinvented herself. And when the walls closed in, she burned every bridge on the way out. Harry, if you're watching, your grandparents warned you. Your brother begged you. Even Prince Andrew saw the red flags. The moon bump was the least of it. The real question isn't if Meghan lied. It's what else is she still hiding. Smash that like button if you think Harry deserves the truth. Comment 1977 if you believe Thomas. And share this video before YouTube tries to bury it. This is bigger than gossip. This is the unraveling of a royal scam. And we're just getting started.